Kaboom Test Labs presents Nerds with Issues. Once again, your host Doughboy, as well as
Admiral Duke.
and sitting next to Admiral Duke, as always,
B-Walk.
B Wizzle in the Hizzle.
The man.
So, what's up, fellas?
Not much.
Yeah,
nothing.
A stellar week, as it were, actually.
It's a
Yeah.
good week. It's a good week for
Movies,
nerds.
comics,
Movies, yes.
movies and comics. There's all kinds of good stuff.
I feel like us nerds have had a pretty good past few weeks.
Yeah, we've
Some
been
good stuff's happening,
absolutely,
man.
yeah.
reading every story on the internet about everything from Spider-Man to Han Solo to Crazy Leia.
Oh, that. Yep.
We'll get into all that. And do you want to start with our picks?
Absolutely. Picks of the week.
So our picks of the week this week. This isn't. It's not really. I mean, I'm doing one that's the same, but I don't think we're always doing the same one. But even if we are picking like the same one, there's such good books. That's why we do it.
Well, I'm definitely hitting a book that I don't think a lot of people are reading, and I think way more people should be reading it.
And I'm reading a book that I think everyone needs to be reading.
And actually, yeah. So let's jump into that.
And I'm reading a book that everybody but Duke is reading, and I've got to get you these books,
Yes,
man.
yes.
So all new X-Men.
Oh man, I feel like an idiot because
Yes.
I'm not reading it.
All new X-Men. That was what? Was it issue 8?
Yes.
Okay, so all new X-Men issue 8. If you're not reading, I'll just give you a brief kind of little thing here. The X-Men of before, way in the past, the original lineup, have come back, have come forward into the future to see what Scott has become, and it's all due to Beast because he's brilliant, and all hell has broken loose. Literally, it is getting ridiculously crazy. I've loved every single issue so far.
Agreed.
And with End of Days, it was really going to be between End of Days and All New X-Men. And the end of All New X-Men, issue 8, sealed it for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've said it before. Is I think what I love so much about All New X-Men is that it's obviously Bendis is writing it, but it's great seeing that the X-Men are a focal point in the Marvel Universe now, whereas the past 10 years or so, it's always felt like a very Avengers-run world. And now I feel like it's kind of a shift.
Agreed.
I feel like that's where most of the real stuff's going down is in the X-Men universe.
And that makes me excited.
Major change in the mutant books because it's nice, it's refreshing.
Well, and that makes me excited because Marvel's just knocking it out of the park, and I was waiting. I wasn't sure what to think about Marvel now, and so I was kind of holding back on jumping onto too many titles. And everything that I've jumped into that everybody's told me is good has been absolutely spectacular. I was just reading New Avengers. I'm finally caught up on that. What a great
yes,
title!
and we need to get you caught up on that, Doughboy, because
I will.
Admiral, after you've read them, are they not 3 of the most mind-blowing comics you've ever read?
It just gets better and better and better, and I can't believe I might be saying this. It is right up there with, if not maybe slightly better than Uncanny Avengers.
Whoa.
I know. It's right up there. It's mind-blowing.
I will say
I'm chomping, waiting for 4. I can't
one of the
wait
best
for
things
4.
about the book is seeing that Hickman knows how to develop a story that doesn't take 12 issues. I didn't know he had it in him, and now that he's done it, it's absolutely incredible. It's mind-blowing, and I'm so excited to see
3 issues in, and I just want more. I just want more.
All right.
That's New Avengers.
Nothing but madness going on in New Avengers. I can't even begin to describe
So
it 'cause I don't want to.
is that your pick of this week or no?
No, because it didn't come out this week.
It would have been if it was.
Yeah, I was just getting caught up on that series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, but my pick.
I haven't read anything but the first one. I will get caught up.
I'll admit, Avengers it's subpar right now, but New Avengers more than makes up for it. In sevenfold, really.
Because it's wild. It's absolutely weird.
It feels like a crisis book in Marvel, in the best way possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And I am super excited to read All New X-Men. Can't wait for that, but I got to
You're
get
gonna
caught
lose
up
your
on that.
mind. Here's the last thing I'll say about All
Yeah.
New X-Men. Like I said before, if you were a fan of the AVX little series, this is the direct consequences of stuff that happened afterwards. And what are the 3 books you really have to read, which basically are Uncanny Avengers, Uncanny X-Men, and All New X-Men, if you want to really see what happened as a direct consequence of what really went down with AVX.
And I'm reading 2 of the 3 of those. So yeah,
Excellent.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
So tell me your pick.
Well, and here's the thing: I feel like I'm kind of stepping out of the fold. I feel like the odd man out this week because I'm picking a DC book, but I'm picking a DC book that I think literally nobody is reading.
Written by Jimmy Palmiotti.
Written by Jimmy Palmiotti.
So that gets a pass if it's a DC
Human Bomb number 4 came out this week, and I just got Human Bomb number 3 last week, and I was just a couple weeks late in getting it. But I really love this series, even though it took an interesting left turn. Basically, the whole storyline, as I've said before, is about this ex-Marine Afghanistan war vet who just kind of wants to get away from it all. He ends up becoming a construction worker, and then finding out that people from his unit in Afghanistan are suddenly exploding inexplicably for no reason. And a very long story, this begins to accelerate, where more and more people end up just inexplicably exploding, and there's a reason. There is... I don't want to give too much of it away, but there is a huge force coming to do bad things to Earth, and that's what this is all about. And as it turns out, he is one of all these people that were turned into this human bomb, as it were, who actually had a metagene in his physiology, which gave him the ability to control what they had done to him.
Interesting.
It's very, very wild. And I'm going to tell you right now, this leads into a very classic, the end leads into a very classic setup for the all-new All-Stars, which is kind of a classic DC superhero team that was led by Uncle Sam. And they're taking a very interesting slant at some DC classics here. However, seeing as how it was very, very quiet, it wasn't supported by the label at all. DC did not promote this book in any way, shape, or form. I think that both Jerry Ordway's art and Jimmy Palmiotti's writing are getting absolutely ignored, and I think it's sad, because it was a great read.
Yeah, I saw some tweets from Jerry Ordway the other day, and it was something he was talking about. I don't know exactly what it was, but it had something to do with he wasn't feeling appreciated or whatever. Or
Absolutely
something like
right. Well, he has been trying to pump that book up as much on Twitter as he can.
Yeah.
And I think it's sad because the guy is one of my favorite artists. I mean, when I think of Superman in the 90s, yeah. I think of Jerry Ordway.
Yeah, Death of Superman.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, you know what? We'll start pumping him up then. Screw it.
Yeah, it's a great read if you get the chance, and if you can find it, download it on Comixology or whatever.
How much is it on Comixology, by the way?
You know what? I'll be honest. It's probably a $2.99 book, but no, on Comixology, it might even be cheaper.
Okay.
And Comixology and all those apps have sales all the time, so I guarantee it's a book that you can get for pretty cheap.
All right.
No matter what, whether it's in print or digital.
I might have to do that now.
Human Bomb 1 through 4, great miniseries. I enjoyed it.
So the conclusion to Human Bomb number 4 is your pick of the week.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, you're gonna have to let me borrow those because now I want.
I will. Yeah, I've got the whole stack. I should have brought them over tonight.
I'm all over that.
Yeah,
because I really seriously got to read. Look, you can read all new X-Men all new X-Men.
Right.
And all
Human Bomb. There we go. That sounds like a great trade.
Call. So, B Wizzle in the Hizzle. What do you got for us?
My pick of the week this week is definitely going to have to go to Age of Ultron.
Right back to Marvel.
Yeah. The new event that Marvel's doing with Brian Michael Bendis writing and Brian Hitch's art, which, if you don't know, he did Ultimates 1 and 2. And Brian Hitch has to be, at least for me, one of my favorite artists, simply because his style is so cinematic is the word that I use.
Oh, yeah.
His art looks the way a movie feels.
Holy cow.
It's astounding.
I absolutely agree.
So, yes, it's incredible to see his pencils on this major of an event. What's cool about this book is that Marvel's had it done for a while, since about 2010. And the reason you haven't seen it so far is because AVX pushed it off, which is why you're sitting here going, wait, what's going on with Spidey? Is it Superior? Is it Pete? Either way, issue 1 is just out the gate crazy, and nothing's really clear, but in the best way possible, because you want to know what the heck is going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's a crazy... is it fair to call it a post-apocalyptic story?
Well, I mean, basically, from the beginning, you know that Ultron is in control.
I think it's implied with the name, absolutely. And it's just it's a story of Ultron wins, the villain wins, and
Exactly.
it's arguably the most menacing force in the Marvel universe. It's incredible.
And I gotta say, from page 1, I was blown away. Now I gotta say, when I saw the book on shelves, I was very, very skeptical, because I'm thinking, what is with this chromium
Yes, the cover,
1990s looking cover? I'm like, really?
but the book itself really kicked ass.
Dude, from
and,
the first page, my jaw was on the floor.
And the thing is, for as much as I love Marvel's Hawkeye book right now, which is still one of my favorites,
Yes.
at the exact same time, Age of Ultron is almost Hawkeye in the truest form. And what I mean by that is, you just got to read it, man. It's
Okay.
it's awesome to see Hawkeye let loose and be freaking Hawkeye.
Oh,
And
dude, and he is amazing in this book. It's great.
almost reminiscent of Ultimates 2, because anyone who reads Ultimates 2 walks away going, well, Hawkeye is the best Avenger of all time, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Good stuff, man.
mine's in my
Good
box.
stuff.
I haven't read it yet, so I'll get it. But Duke, I agree. I saw the same thing about the cover and was like, "Oh, that's cool, cheesy."
Yeah,
and
very
then-
much so.
And so I left it in my box. I will get it and read it. 'Cause
And I gotta say, that cover just sparked so many 1990s comic book conversations.
Did it take
in
you
the
back for a
store.
moment?
Well, it didn't take me back. It was just so many people commented on it. I didn't even think it myself. I was like, well, it's an event. Of course, they're doing something gimmicky. I mean, AVX had how many variant covers, per issue. So
True.
I just
Very
thought
true.
of it as another cover gimmick. But
True.
everybody else commented on how it was a 90s gimmick. And I was like, that's a good point.
yeah, but it apparently is much better when you open it up. So I've got to check it out.
It's
It's
amazing.
incredible.
All right.
Amazing.
All right, so those are our picks of the week now. I do have the list ready. We're going to go over some new books next week. There's not a whole heck of a lot coming. We'll start off with Marvel Comics. Age of Ultron, which we were just talking about as B-Walk's pick of the week. Number 2, already coming, so it's a weekly series.
Yeah, a weekly event. I'm down for that, man.
Well, I mean, it's all laid out in the book. It's going on for several weeks. It's going in on
There's a
until
checklist,
May.
and what's great about it is there are tie-ins, but it's not a DC event where they're like, there are 6 issues for every tie. If you want a tie-in, they're one-issue tie-ins, most of them in their regular series.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's a pretty sweet event. I'm not going to lie.
All right, Thor, God of Thunder, number 6.
Oh, yes.
That's rolling. You guys been reading up on that one?
I'm behind, but I can say, it's the book to watch from Marvel now, I think. Number
right.
1.
Uncanny X-Men, number 3. Now, I know you guys have given me a lot of grief over the fact that I've only read 1.
Because
so I guess I should
makes
pick
it
it
that
up
much
a
more
bit.
real.
Oh yeah.
I know that you
Okay.
don't like Cyclops, and with that said, the ending of 2 will make you happy.
Yeah, okay, good, because I hate Cyclops.
That's true.
There's a Wolverine, number 1.
Is there a?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. The new Wolverine book.
Yeah,
Okay.
Paul Cornell, Alan Davis.
Okay.
Wolverine number 1.
Gotcha,
So that's
yeah.
good stuff.
Okay, Hawkeye, which you were just mentioning.
Yes, incredible.
The
Still,
trade comes out.
Oh, cool.
So that's coming for people if
well,
you
then
want
that's
to
the
get
place
caught
to
up.
get caught up.
Yeah, you want to get caught up, go do that, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely worth it.
I read the first 2 issues. I'm not caught up on it, but when the trade comes out, I will. And I've liked everything that I've seen, and it has that very Mazzucchelli look.
Which
I
is
love
great.
it.
I think the resounding review I hear on Hawkeye right now is that it is a classic comic book that is new all at the exact same time. And
Wow. Yeah.
it's incredible.
Also, Batman number 18 coming. This is DC Comics now. Batman number 18 before Watchmen, the last Ozymandias.
And we're done.
And that's the last.
Yeah, that's it. That's 6 of 6.
Earth 1 Superman
Oh,
paperback format.
never mind.
Yeah,
Losing my mind.
That's a good book though. That's a great. Oh, those
Okay.
those Earth 1 books.
Yes, the Earth One books are.
Dude, when there's a Superman book that makes me weep like a girl over a kitten, like fuck, like, I don't even know what to do with my life at that point. I'm sorry, but when you're sitting in a student lounge and you're about to weep over a Superman book, it's a sad day. Like you don't want anyone to see you.
Well, they're just doing some great things in those stories.
They really are.
Earth One,
Batman too. The Batman Earth one's astounding.
Okay. Correct me. Have we all read the Batman Earth 2 book here?
Yes.
Okay.
Earth
Correct
1.
me if I'm or Earth 1. I don't know why.
I was about to say
It's-
Earth 2 's
It's
not till next
DC's
year.
fault, man. They have
The one where Batman is Green Lantern's
they
boyfriend.
have
No,
52 different.
Wow.
They have 52 different Earths. It's not my fault. Come on. The Earth One Batman. What I loved and call me crazy, but when I was reading that, I was imagining Jason Statham as Alfred.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Kind of.
Oh yeah, because of how
Yeah,
kick-ass like double
right?
agent type he seemed. Yeah,
Dude, exactly.
I love Earth One simply because Harvey Bullock is one of my all-time favorite DC characters ever. He's might be the central focus of the book, and he's freaking awesome.
I thought you were about to be like, I love it because it's like a hoagie sandwich. All right.
No,
so,
it's like a Doritos Cool Ranch taco. Even
Oh,
better.
we had those tonight right before the show, ladies and gentlemen. They were amazing.
pretty good.
They were amazing.
Actually, better than the nacho cheese, I thought.
Yeah. Now let's get into movies. Let's get into movie news
I don't
first.
know. There wasn't a lot of interesting movie news this week. Or was there?
No, there was plenty.
Psych.
Plenty.
We should bring back Psych for this episode. Psych.
So
And then
so
never
I'm
speak of it again.
getting the feeling this week that maybe George Lucas has had his feelings hurt. Call me crazy.
I think it's just his ego.
Exactly.
He's like, what do you mean you're more excited for this than the prequels? And it's like, well,
We're more excited. And okay, you got a problem with that, then I'll just tell the world Disney's little secret.
yeah. So basically, George Lucas, I can't remember who the original interview was with.
It was with Business Weekly or something like that.
Okay. Makes sense since he's a billionaire.
Yeah, right.
And basically, he just said, oh, yeah, well, I guess Disney wanted his exact quote was, they wanted to do a big whoop-de-doo about it. But yeah, I basically had them signed and ready to go.
But before
and I
he
was
even
like,
inked
wow.
the deal with Disney,
Yeah.
he had he's saying that he had the original cast ready to go.
So it looks as though, and these are pretty reputable sources that we're hearing all this from.
Oh, yeah.
This is going down, man. Leia, Han Solo, and
It's just about official. It's about as official as it
Luke.
can
And
be
Mark
without being
Hamill, yeah.
official.
yeah. So that's going to be exciting. It's kind of nice to see that's all actually coming together. I can't wait to see what J.J. Abrams puts together for a story, though.
Should be interesting. Well, and that's the thing. I don't think Abrams himself is doing the story.
Well, as far as what he does with it is what
yeah.
I'm more concerned with. And they still haven't announced any producing partners or anybody else on the film yet.
No, not yet. But Kathleen Kennedy, I mean, she's going to be one of the producers because she's the head of Lucasfilm right now. I mean, that's kind of without a doubt.
All right. So that's a bit of news. What was the other?
Absolutely.
We had other movies.
Well, and there's one thing I wanted to point out because I've talked about Clone Wars before, and I wanted to because I know that several of our listeners were chatting with me about the Clone Wars and whatnot.
Right.
And last week, was the season finale for the Clone Wars aired, and I just want some people's opinion on this on Facebook. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like a series ender. It did not feel like, it didn't feel like the season was over. It felt like the show was over. And that worries me on a couple different levels because Disney's not saying anything that they're doing with the show because it's on Cartoon Network. And there was some talk about Star Wars The Clone Wars moving to one
like
of the
a
Disney
primetime network or something.
No,
Or-
one of the Disney networks. It would either be the Disney Channel or Disney XD.
something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something to that extent.
Yeah, but nobody knows what the heck's going to go on with that, and I'm really worried that they're just going to chop it off and say, you know what, that was the old regime. We're moving on.
Hey,
Clone
Admiral,
Wars has been so good.
Admiral, as the world's biggest fan of the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series,
Oh,
let me just say, welcome to the club. How's it going, man?
Oh, dude,
It sucks here. No one. Yeah, it's not fun.
I'm just hoping they don't kill the series because if that was an unplanned end, it's a good end. If that was the way they planned to go out, it kind of makes me mad. I expected so much from the series, and honestly, I'm just waiting for Ahsoka Tano to die. I just want to see how she's going to die. But evidently, she may not. We'll see what happens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
I like her character. I just, was always convinced she was going to die at some point.
I'll have to just get caught up on this at some point.
Yes, it's good stuff. So, yeah.
The last thing I ever saw Star Wars Clone Wars was the movie that was in the theater.
And that was really an awful example of...
It looked kind of cool in an IMAX.
It was okay. The first two seasons are okay. Seasons 3, 4, and 5 is where the show really hit its stride.
Okay. All right. I'll check it.
Without a doubt. Star Wars The Clone Wars, love it.
Did we have another movie? Or
Oh yeah,
what
major news.
What
from,
movie could that be?
Well, it's still unofficial, but Latino Review leaked
Yes.
that Christopher Nolan will be producing the Justice League
The
film,
Justice League.
as well
Wow.
as Christian Bale returning to play Batman, which I think has a lot of people kind of breathing a sigh of relief, myself included.
Right.
Yeah, except for any of the key grips on the set.
And what I mean by that is a sigh of relief to see that DC is trying to do something without suspending the Justice League in the air for that much longer and still
Yeah.
expecting to get it out in 2015. I'm just glad that they realized that you can't really do a Justice League film without Bruce Wayne, and that was my whole issue with Gordon Levitt being in that film. Is he's an incredible actor. I loved him in Dark Knight Rises, and I
Right.
loved Dark Knight Rises. However, I don't think you can do a Justice League without a Bruce Wayne. It doesn't fit. How would you feel about seeing a Justice League movie with someone that's not Clark Kent as Superman?
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean, I guess.
Well, and here's the thing.
Like, if it was a Justice League movie with Mon-El as Superman, would you not lose your crap?
Okay, all right. That would not be cool. Sure.
That
Exactly.
would be cool.
The league needs Bruce Wayne, and I'm glad to see their.
As long as it's not Jenny Olsen.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
Well, but here's the thing. In that same rumor, it was evidently confirmed that Henry Cavill will be
Superman.
the Superman in that. So
It
would
only
be
makes
Jenny
sense.
Olsen.
It only makes
Well,
sense.
I'll say this for this news about the Justice League movie. It's all going to really depend. That movie's going to get made all depending on how well Man of Steel does. It's
True.
bottom line.
Oh,
That-
true
that-
story.
That's where all the eggs are in that
Yeah.
basket.
Because
Yeah.
at
That's
that
why you
point,
see
if he ends up being a shitty Superman, that's it. You can't put him in the Justice League with
Well,
Christian Bale.
the early reviews are spectacular.
Okay.
I mean, the early buzz is that he is Superman.
Well, we'll know when. May what?
no, that's June.
No, that's
Oh,
June. Yeah,
Jesus.
May
It's like
is
they already
Iron
made
Man.
us wait a year for
yeah.
it.
May is Iron
May
Man.
and and get pumped because you know that new trailer is awesome.
Can't wait for Iron. Oh yeah, we
I
all
just-
saw the trailer in the theater.
I love
Yes.
that
Yeah.
they're treating Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin is really more of a terrorist than
Oh yeah,
anything, and
Yeah.
it's so. I think it's a great testimony to what Marvel does best, in that they make these characters real in these films. They make them believable.
oh yeah.
And it's such a great.
Yeah, they had the brand new trailer today, and we'll get into this in a second. But we went and saw a movie today. We'll
Yes,
get
we
into
did.
that. But they had the brand new trailer of Iron Man 3 in there, and it was in 3D, and it looked kick ass.
It looked killer.
Really fantastic.
So Iron Man 3, May 8th?
May
3rd.
3rd. Okay, May 3rd.
Iron Man 3
In
May
about 2
3.
months from now.
Oh
Damn,
yes.
I cannot wait. I'll be going to see that one opening day. Just as all three of us did today for Duke, you got it at midnight last night.
I got it at midnight last night. yes, sir.
It was Oz the Great and Powerful.
From Disney, great film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you guys know I've been talking about this since like June when I was
Doughboy's
first like
been getting pumped for this since '93,
Oh, yeah.
man.
I
He was born ready. Son.
And I've been ridiculing him for it because
I've-
I didn't like what the trailer showed me. I
And
really
you had to
didn't. But
eat
I was
your words.
I was proven wrong. Oh no, and I admit that readily.
well for me and I want everybody's perspective on what they thought of the movie. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a nice little review we won't spoil anything. I can
That's
promise you that.
Oz the Great and Powerful, the NWI issue riddled review. Here you go.
So it's an awesome movie. So I'm a huge Wizard of Oz fan. I love Wizard of Oz. I loved Return to Oz. I love The Tin Man, which was a sci-fi
Sci-fi, and
miniseries.
that was a great miniseries.
Really good miniseries.
Really explored the mythology, but moving on.
What they did with that was a sequel set years and years and years into the future.
Right.
But it was awesome. This is a prequel that tells you and introduces you to our wonderful Wizard of Oz and who he is before he gets to Oz and how he comes to be who he is.
Right.
And how the witches come to be who they are and what they are to Oz. And it is fantastic. Far exceeded my expectations. Seeing it in 3D, it was definitely a movie I think made for a 3D
It was-
yeah,
audience.
Oh,
and I think you and I
yeah.
agree that this has to be the best 3D either
By
you
far.
or I have seen.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
tons of 3D movies now. None of them will ever compare to that. No
Well,
way.
It was incredible.
And seeing it in 2D, you guys saw it in 3D. I saw it in just the 2D because I'm kind of cheap that way. It was still visually stunning. I mean, absolutely eye popping, just the way it was. And I can only imagine that it was just absolutely a total completely different realm in 3D.
Well, I'm going to go see it again. So
It
you
was
just let me
that
know.
good.
To me, it was definitely that good. Like I went in and I told B-Walk, I was like, okay, look, man, I'm really excited about this. I just need it to be good. I don't need it to be great. I just need it to be good.
And it was great.
It was
Yeah.
like, and from the minute it starts, from the opening credits.
I agree.
I can't think of the last time a movie's done that, where from the very beginning opening credits, I was glued and just ready to roll.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wasn't necessarily skeptical about the film, but I know you were extremely pumped. And so we had free tickets. I was like, I'm down. And I was so blown away. It has to be the best film I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Would you agree that it's the best prequel ever made?
Actually, I think
Yes.
I thought that the moment the lights came up, I'm like that. I even said saw it with my wife last night. I even looked at her. I said that has to be the best prequel I've ever seen. And I am a prequel hater. I'm like, what is the point in
You're a
going
Star
back?
Wars fan, of course. You're a
Yeah.
prequel.
Dude,
hater.
oh my gosh.
Well,
I-
and
I
we're
can only
sitting
imagine the
in
word-
the theater.
I can imagine the word prequel only makes you cringe at this point.
I hate prequels. That's why I avoided before Watchmen, because prequels are stupid. They're a
I understand
gimmick.
that.
Yeah. Well,
For the most part.
B-Walk and I were sitting in the theater. The movie is just about to start, and I get a text from Duke that he's like, Oz the Great and Powerful is probably the best prequel I've ever seen. And I looked over at B-Walk, and I was like, and I showed it to him.
Oh,
and he's like,
yeah.
all right. And then, like, movie started, and we're watching, and the opening credits. Here's the thing. So I told you guys this.
Yeah.
I was on IMDb, and I read a couple of reviews, and one guy gave it 1 star, and he's like, terrible acting, cheesy acting, terrible script, terrible movie, terrible actors.
Have you ever seen the original?
And I'm
Wizard of
thinking to
Oz?
myself, did you see the original? It was absolutely cheesy acting. This is done on purpose, and these are done with people with good acting
Yes.
skills. James Franco was fantastic
He
as
really
the
was.
wizard.
Yes.
Mila Kunis, who Brian,
Yeah. All I can say about Mila Kunis is, and there was a point in the film.
No
and
spoilers.
I won't spoil it, but there's a point where I nudged Doughboy and said, "See, this is what I'm talking about." And I think if you've seen the film, you'll know exactly what I mean. That's all I'll say about that.
such a jerk. But she was awesome. James Franco was awesome. Zach Braff.
From Scrubs.
Yes.
fame.
From Scrubs.
For those who don't know, I am the hugest Scrubs fan. That has to be my favorite show of all time.
Oh yeah.
Well, he is
Yes.
the voice of Finley, the flying monkey,
oh
in the
my
bellhop,
gosh,
in the
friendly
bellhop
so
outfit.
great. Oh yeah.
And he's awesome. And he looked so cool.
He
Yes.
looks at the effects, everything about the film was perfect. It was just a
Best
beautiful film.
character of the Oz's friends, it has to be China Doll, though.
Oh my goodness! It was just the way she was rendered was just mind blowing.
Yep.
She was yes,
So beautiful.
just beautiful.
And I'll say that it's not
And a
just
great character.
not just the setting and how everything looked, but exactly like you just said, the characters in this movie,
Yeah.
which were what you loved about the original.
Yes.
Is
yes.
the characters.
What I
And
loved.
the story just happened to be phenomenal.
Yeah, well, and what I loved about it was how it paralleled the Oz that we know so much.
Yes.
And it was in tone, in character, in how rich Oz was, you know. And you always got the impression with the original Oz film, even though it was shot on a soundstage, that there was something just over the bend. Well, this gives you that something just over the
Yes.
bend. It gives you a wider look, a more detailed look at what Oz is, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Here's what I'll say to this: to people, you're going to read reviews out there.
Yeah.
I'm done reading reviews of movies. I'm just done with it because I read up and
Well, yeah,
down
'cause
how
you saw
John
Die Hard
Carter.
5.
Well, I read up and down how John Carter sucked, and John Carter was cool.
It was great.
John Carter was solid.
So it's
Yeah.
like I'm done with the whole critics thing because people don't know what the hell they're talking about half the time anymore.
it's true.
Everybody
know,
has a blog.
Yet,
Everybody
and
writes
while it
about
was
movies.
good, they made the new Red Dawn seem like it was better than the old, and it's like, stop that.
Yeah,
Just stop that.
that's just being silly. Come
Yeah.
on.
So if
was
you're gonna
good
go
and
see
all.
it, go. I suggest go see Oz the Great and Powerful
In 3D, because it was a film to be watched, to be marveled at in
Yes.
3D. Absolutely.
and it starts from the very beginning. Don't be confused if it starts from the very beginning, not completely widescreen. Just go with it.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I think there was some. There wasn't much in the theater, but you could see like this really dumb lady with her dumb kids. Remember when they came in and we were like, "You are loud and dumb."
I'm nodding. You guys can't hear me nod. But I'm
Yeah,
nodding.
yeah, you are loud and dumb, and I could see them like kind of being like, What's going on?" And it's just like, "Lady, shut up." And take that snack from your kid. She doesn't need those.
Well, and what I loved about
We saw a kid on a cell phone. To which Doughboy was like, "Why does that 8-year-old need a cell phone? An iPhone, no less."
Oh, the mall.
well, and what I loved about the beginning of the film is that generations upon generations of people, having seen Wizard of Oz, only saw it on the TV-shaped screen. and so that is how the presentation that they would have been used to, and that was the approach that Sam Raimi used. Now, talking about Sam Raimi and the way he did this film, he does the same thing to me, I feel, in every movie he ever makes, which is the second half of the movie is always better than the first half.
Yeah, but in this one though, and it's because I'm such a huge fan of Oz, I loved it from beginning to end. But it kept going up and up and up. It definitely kept getting better as it went along. That's for sure.
I totally agree with that.
But
I
it was
totally
just
agree with
such
that
a good movie, and I'm stoked because I'm getting a 3D TV in a couple weeks, so I can't wait for that thing to come out on Blu-ray. We are going to have some fun watching that. Go see it though. Here's the suggestion I want to make to people: if you have the means, watch Wizard of Oz before you go see it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because now I wish that we would have done that, B-Walk, that we would have watched that before we went, because that would have just been a perfect transition into it. It was that cool.
And it is a direct prequel to the Wizard of Oz that we all know.
And watch for little subtle references to the first movie as well.
Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, pay real close attention to the scenery of Oz, and it feels familiar yet different.
Yep.
All I can say is I walked away from that movie thinking Sam Raimi knows how to make a film.
Yes,
absolutely.
He does. Yes,
and after Spider-Man 3, that's hard for B-Walk to say.
It is, but yeah.
One last quick
Is
little
it cheesy?
movie.
Yes, but if you didn't know that, you've never seen a Sam Raimi film.
That's right.
Quick little movie review. I just want to say really quick. I won't get into it, but check out the movie Silver Linings Playbook if you get a chance. It's the one Jennifer Lawrence just won an Oscar for. Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, and the great Robert De Niro. And it's his best acting job in years.
And I've been wanting to see that.
Yeah.
I really want to see that.
Oh, don't worry. I'm putting that on that little hard drive right there. You're going to be watching it. I don't know how I got that.
Free movies.
Totally. We've been talking about TV a lot more because there's all these really cool nerd things going on, right?
Shield getting developed. Oh, I'm so pumped for Shield. Are you guys pumped for Shield?
Yes, Shield I'm definitely
absolutely.
pumped for. But the big comedy that you'll see us commenting and talking about on our Facebook a lot is Community.
Community, NBC. Oh, my goodness.
Starring, Donald Glover. He's a stand-up comedian, but he's just awesome. Joel McHale from The Soup. His comedic timing is golden.
Oh, goodness. And this season has been, and I was worried. I was really leery about this season because
Dan Harmon's gone now.
All the controversy, all the chaos that's been surrounding the show. But evidently he groomed his people very well because they're keeping the spirit of the show intact, and that's what I've really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And still, I don't know, Troy and Abed haven't lost their step. They are still the characters that I love. And I accidentally watched the Inspector Spacetime episode twice this week.
Yes.
And it's Doctor Who in everything but name. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. And if you know anything about Doctor Who fans, it's spot on.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get B-Walk into this show. But
Come on, man.
B-Walk's got tons of stuff to do. So I'm like, hey, let's do it Sunday. He's like, yeah, cool. And then he thinks about it for a second and goes, well, but I'm not for sure. So
here's the thing. It's spring break.
Hey, man, it's spring break. I can do whatever. Hey, Sunday, man, let's do it. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Well, hold on.
Hey, if not Sunday, Monday.
Oh, now it's Monday. All right, I guess that works. I mean, Sunday would have been cooler, but whatever. Community, you got to watch it. The show is awesome. It's about 7 people who are in a study group who become incredible friends and like this little family.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all their misadventures, and it's amazing. Go download it. Do whatever you do. Buy it, download it. I don't care. Sneak into someone's backyard, watch it while they're watching on their TV from their window. I don't do that, but I'm just saying. So do what you got to do, okay?
And the last episode that they put out was an alternate history of the German invasion. And there was a great line where you have to understand these 3 German exchange students were from a previous season, and they brought them back in this one episode. And there's this great line where the German says, if there's one thing Germans don't do, it's hold a grudge. And Abed pops in and says, unless we're talking about Die Hard 3. And then Jeff says, or the 20th century.
Yes. Oh, it's such a classic.
It's such a clever show. It's well done. It's well written. And I'm going to be sad if this is the last season.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. People jump on before the last episode so you can be sad with us. It'll be awesome.
Look, if we got a season 5 of Chuck just by fans jumping on and saying we want it, we can get a season 5 of Community.
Yeah, but we can't get a season 3 of Jericho except for graphic novel form.
Or a season 2 of
I know what
Firefly.
you mean. The other day I tried to get a what, and no one knew what that was. I hate when that happens. Damn it.
That's B-Walk saying,
What?
shut the F up about Community. Let's move into some other stuff. We've got our TV reviews. We've got our movie reviews. We talked about our picks of the week. Was there anything else that we missed there, gentlemen?
Well, here's the thing. I'm getting very excited. I've been paying a lot of attention to well, I'm on Facebook entirely too
Yes.
much. But Albuquerque Comic Expo.
You don't sign out of your Facebook entirely. too
Yeah,
much
I
as
don't.
well.
I don't.
Ace.
Yes. Ace, Albuquerque Comic Expo, has been announcing more guests.
Oh
and
my
things
God.
are getting exciting. I'm very
I'm
happy
sorry,
about this.
but I am beyond pumped for the guy who plays Shake in Aqua Teen because I happen to own every single season. If you're a fan of the show, you'll know what I mean when I say that ain't the future. That's a fact of life. It's a true story.
Well, Billy West from Futurama,
Fry.
So we got to fry with our Shake, is what you're telling me.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yes.
Wow.
And the one that I'm excited about is Giancarlo Esposito,
Yes.
who is Gus from Breaking Bad. I mean, that is going to turn people in this town out like crazy because the guy is just an unbelievable actor. But he's been in so many things. He's in that. He's actually in Community.
He was in a show called Bakersfield PD back in like 1994.
Back when you lived there?
Let me tell you something. Yeah, and I was. So this is when I
Did you
started
see him?
going.
Did he arrest you in an episode?
No. This is when I started going to high school out there. So it was 94. Oh my God, that was like everybody's talking about it. Oh, did you watch Bakersfield PD? And it was really funny. It was before its time with some of its jokes because it was a white partner
Right.
who had a black partner. And he had always wanted a black partner. Like, he's this white guy that had just always wanted a black partner. So he was, like, really overzealous about being all cool with him and everything. It was hilarious. So if I can get a copy of that before Ace, he's signing it.
Well, and you know what else he's been in? And most people don't remember this. He was in Bryan Singer's first film, The Usual Suspects.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
And most people forget all about that.
I'll tell you somewhere even more crazy he was.
Where?
Trading Places.
No.
He was one of the inmates in the jail.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Dan Aykroyd and
Yes.
Eddie Murphy.
He was one of the inmates in the prison with, I think he was in the cell with Billy Ray Valentine.
And what's funny is
Yeah.
the two villains in that film were the Duke brothers.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
just saying. Just saying.
They were the villains. But yes, so
Yes.
he's been everywhere.
Wow.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, and he's Chevy Chase's half brother in Community.
Oh, my God. I almost forgot about that.
See?
The video game episode.
That's right.
And he's
and the
also in a new
Halloween
show.
episode. He was in the Halloween episode
Yeah,
this
he
year.
was
this
just in that
season.
last one.
That's right.
He's also Revolution, which is a new show on
Oh, that's
NBC,
right.
which is really good, by the
Holy
way.
cow.
That comes back March 25th. I'm really excited about that. So,
Giancarlo Esposito. What a great guy.
but Ace, for me, kind of, I don't know, that was my first con last year.
Yeah, we love Ace. I
That's
can't
the
wait
first time
for
I'd
Ace.
gone.
Ace will always have a special place in my heart. I mean, maybe it's because it's the first time I ever met Stan Lee, and he said to me,
Oh, dude.
as I wore my favorite Spider-Man shirt, and he signed my reprint of Amazing Fantasy 15, all I said to him was, Stan, I just want to say thank you for saving my life before I was even born. And he smiled real big and said, thanks, true believer. I like your shirt. So, yeah, Ace will always have that
Yes.
moment. Ace will always be a little slice of Disneyland in Albuquerque, kind of. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Here's my moment at Ace that I absolutely loved. I'm in line to meet Stanley. I've got my Spider-Man season 1 for him to sign. And basically, there's two lines, or there's one main line, but it's getting late, and you can tell Stan Lee's people's ready for him to be done. I mean, the
Right.
man's 90 years old. He
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
need to be sitting there all day. And so one of Stan Lee's people comes over to the guard at the front of the line and says, hey, we need to kind of speed this up. It's getting time. And I'm like almost next in line. So I'm like, I'm going to be all right. So he goes, so what do you want me to do about it? And he goes, well, we're going to split up the line now. We're going to ask who's here for Jason Mewes and Stan Lee and who's just here for Stan Lee. And I'm like, oh, this is going to go over awesome. I can't wait to hear this announcement. So I'm standing there. I'm next in line. And the guy goes, okay, everybody. And this was so cool because he just does it all smooth. And he's like, everybody, here's what we're going to do. Anybody that's here for just Stan Lee, right here in this line, anybody who's here for Stan Lee and Jason Mewes here. And he goes, once again, for Stan Lee and Jason Mewes here, and just Stan Lee here. And then Jason Mewes goes, and screw you. And I lose my mind. I start laughing. Stan Lee looks over at Jay and goes, you're just jealous. Turns around and keeps signing. Oh, it was so classic. And then he pretty much turned almost every page in the Spider-Man Season 1 book and was like, oh, Spider-Man hardcover? And he's going through it. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Just touch every page, man. Just roll through that thing.
Sir.
And then he signed it, and it was awesome. But that was Ace for me. That was the first one.
I got to admit, as someone who's met Stan Lee 3 different times, it never gets any easier to know what to say to him. It's like, Stan.
It's like, you're Stan Lee, dude. All your cameos are the best parts of those movies. You're the
Yes,
man.
and the best one is still an Amazing Spider-Man. Sorry.
It really is.
It really
Where he's
is.
just got the headphones on, rocking.
And, and I agree. I've also met Stan 3 different times, and he's just the most personable, the nicest. And it's funny because I've seen so many different documentaries with him in it, and just hearing him talk, it's like he's our comic book grandpa. I love.
I'm
Stan
sorry,
Lee.
but I mean, he might have the Mallrats cameo. Come on, dude.
Oh yeah,
That scene
oh,
of
yeah.
Mallrats is just like a rite of passage.
I agree.
So I'm on the Ace website right now, kind of looking at it. It looks like they got the green Power Ranger, I think it is.
Yes, as well as
I'm sorry.
I was trying to be
I'm
serious.
sorry.
hey,
That's
Mighty
just-
Morphin is no laughing matter.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that I was what 17, 18 when Power Rangers came about. So I just
Oh,
it's
well,
a
this will
joke
really
to
excite
me,
you.
man.
They got
No,
you.
dude.
They got the Black Power Ranger too.
Oh jeez.
Walter
the
Emmanuel
Rangers ain't no
Jones.
joke.
Hey, look. Those are 2 lines I won't be in. So more power to everyone who will be.
A line I will be in, Mr. Billy West, Fry
Yes.
from Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
If I remember
as
cor-
well as Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, as
He
well
was.
as Invader Zim for the first few episodes.
Yes, and he's also done some work as Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny voicing.
Yes.
So he's done
if
that.
I remember correctly, they also have the voice actress for Ash Ketchum of Pokemon.
I believe yes, Veronica Taylor and
Interesting.
Dana Snyder, Shake,
Yes.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes.
You're
So-
so excited for that.
And they're
too
not
excited.
even done. They're not done. They're still announcing.
It's only the
and,
beginning.
Oh yeah.
So here, Ace, if you're listening to this, we're
Please.
trying to get in touch with you. What's up? Nerds with Issues.
Well, and here's the thing. All
We're
that
printing up 500
Oh, yeah.
backpacks to give out. It'll have the Ace logo as well as Nerds with Issues on it.
Oh, yeah.
We will be giving them out for free
Absolutely.
June 21st through the 23rd.
And what we really want to do is we want
In
to
the Albuquerque Downtown Convention Center.
Oh yeah,
Where
all
it
we want
goes
to do is just
down.
record the show down there for the good people and have
Yes.
have a panel and I can't wait for Ace. It's gonna be great.
Well, I noticed that we had gotten some people plugging us on Twitter to Ace too, talking
Nice.
about having us. So that's the other thing you can do. Hey, contact them. They're on Twitter. Just search Albuquerque Comic Expo. I forgot what their Twitter handle was.
Please, yeah, if you guys like the show and you want to come see us out at Ace, contact Ace and say, hey, you have to have the NWI guys at Ace.
Yeah, it seems like we're everywhere right now. Anyway, can we just get there? That'd be
Please.
super awesome.
Pretty please.
And
I wish I had a
Kaboom-
DeLorean so I can go there right now.
and then we've got Kaboom Test Lab, so we'll be at that booth as well.
Of course.
It's gonna be a fun weekend. It's 3 days: 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. You can get your tickets right now too.
the weather's warmer already. I'm thinking about summer. Can't wait.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be awesome. You can get your
Yes.
tickets abqcomicexpo.com. You can get your tickets now. Just go do it. Prices are ridiculous. I think it's.
gonna pop some tags. I don't even know where that came from.
He
man.
just did that. He just out of nowhere.
It feels like summer, man. Can't wait for Ace. I'm excited.
The tickets, I've got prices. Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. The tickets for them, I believe, are $15 a day.
Not bad at all. That's actually a great price.
They have the Ace VIP package, which I'll be purchasing. The Ace VIP package is $150. 3-day weekend pass, $35. 1-day pass, $15. 3-day weekend and convention kit combo pass, $75. Kids 10 and under are free. So it's perfect for the family, too.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
perfect for the family. 10 and
And
under.
one thing that I personally am going to try to do, last year at Ace, I headed a panel that was called Force of the Fans. It was a panel that was all about Star Wars fan films, and I'm going to try to do that again this year. It's
Very nice.
for Ace, and we had a great turnout last year. I'm hoping we'll have a really awesome turnout this year, provided Ace wants to do it again with me.
I want to really quick go over. We talked about that VIP package for $150. You get 2 signatures from any celebrity guest of your choice. You get the whole Ace convention kit, custom hardcover, Ace sketchbook, all that cool stuff.
Nice.
Ace messenger bag, Ace metal water bottle, Ace zippy badge holder thingy. That's the coolest description I've ever heard. I want it. And a fresh Sharpie.
Dude,
They're throwing in a Sharpie,
throw
bro.
in the Sharpie.
That is the most genius thing I've ever heard.
and
'cause
Ace VIP T-shirt.
Can you imagine if you're a VIP, you get all this stuff and you put it inside your NWI Ace 2013 backpack?
Oh, and a pre-signed Katie Sackhoff photo.
What?
Excuse me?
What?
Yeah.
squeeze me.
Holy cow.
I can't believe I just got turned on reading the VIP package.
only half
Access to
chub,
the
we're all good.
legendary Ace VIP party, which we should just be at anyway. They should be like, yo, Doughboy, we heard you were a DJ. You want to DJ the party?
Oh,
well, hell,
what?
why not? Special Ace 2013 VIP badge. So $150 and you're set, you're locked in. You're going to get all your, autographs
Free
are $40
Katie
anyway.
Sackhoff picture?
Yeah.
I'm just going
Signed
back to that.
means she touched it.
Starbuck. She's also Bo-Katan on Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
In that new haunting in Connecticut.
Well, I was listing high points in her career, not
It's
low
actually
points,
good.
but-
It's actually good. It's a good movie. Don't knock it. It's a good movie. A little scary, a little spooky. So Ace, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Albuquerque
Be out there.
Comic Expo. Can't wait.
We're going to be out there, and we'll be doing the same thing that we always do, just kind of passing out everything, hanging out, chilling at the Kaboom booth.
Talking comics, movies.
Brian
It's what we
basically
do.
getting all the best comic books at the best prices. 'cause
Oh,
he's
how
a
I
dude,
do
it's
dick.
All I do.
disgusting.
Rule number 3, gentlemen, always trust the spider sense.
It is disgusting the
Rule
deals he
number
gets
3.
at comic book conventions.
All I do is grind for comics.
Yeah.
I still shake my head at about
That
Gwen
Gwen
Stacy.
Stacy for
Tricon.
$10.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
sir.
At Tricon, of all places.
Yeah,
That's ironic, isn't it?
it is. Yeah.
The
It's
Lakers beat the
upsetting.
Supersonic. Well, on that note,
Yeah. Okay, Ice Cube. Very nice.
you're the one that wants to bring him back for a photo shoot with us. I don't know what's. I told you, Easy's not going to want to do it.
No,
man.
dude, because I want him to think it's going to be all gangster, and then I'm going to come in all, are we there yet? And just see if he gets pissed off. Overall, let's get people to remember Ace. You know, we'll be talking about it as the weeks go
gonna be
on.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Good
going to be
freaking
it's going to
times.
be a good time. Summer will be starting. I think
If you would like having fun, you'd like Ace. That's
yeah, and
so
I think
good.
Dead Air Timmy might be here for that. It's Albuquerque Convention
nice.
Center.
It'd be
And-
great to have him back on the show.
Oh,
Dead
yeah,
Air
dude.
Timmy is the boss.
It'll be a good time. We're gonna have fun, and they're still announcing guests, and the guests they have right now are pretty kick ass. So I'm stoked. I can't wait to see what comes more of that. Let's talk about some cool stuff really quick.
Oh, yeah.
If you follow us on Facebook, we put up a lot of the new pictures that we got from our first NWI photo shoot.
Yes, yes.
Done by Monique Duke Photography, and it was awesome. The pictures look great. Everybody seemed to dig them.
Yep.
We're going to start putting those on our separate sites. So remember us at Twitter, at Nerds with Issues. Get at us on there. We need some
Yes,
more
yes.
followers. You need to help us out on there. On Facebook,
Help some
just
brothers
Nerds
out.
with Issues. If you need to email us, Gmail, nerdswithissues@gmail.com. God, I always F that up.
Well, and we've got a new one.
That's the latest, yep.
If you want to find back issues of Nerds with Issues, yes, I'm hearing people saying, "Are you guys on iTunes?" We're getting there. That will be happening very
Yes.
soon. However, if you want better access to us, almost everybody has a YouTube app on their phone, right?
Absolutely.
Guess what? Nerds with Issues is on YouTube. One of our best issues, the Albuquerque Comic Con issue, which is issue number 2. Peyote, all bets are off. That is up there on our YouTube page right now.
an all-time classic. I must.
And all of the issues, the vast, beautiful history of NWI will be on YouTube. I believe most of it should be on there by Monday.
Yes.
So get yourself cultured.
Issues 2 through 8.
All right. So we'll have those up soon. So, you can search for us on YouTube, search for us on Facebook, Twitter, everything. Hang
Back
out with us.
issues
Yeah.
of Nerds with Issues.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Right?
Everybody
I
keeps
love back
asking.
issue hunting, man.
Well,
Now it's all in one stop shop.
That's
Damn.
right.
all right.
Convenience.
It's a graphic novel for you, son.
So we'll
Caught
get
up.
that stuff up
There you
soon.
go.
We'll get the iTunes stuff up soon. In the meantime, we are done, gentlemen. It is another one done.
In the
we're-
can.
Yeah, we're ready to get on out of here.
I just wanted to give a real quick shout out. If you guys want to check, if you're a Disney fan, and there might be some out there, and you want, or maybe you just like Disney World and stuff like that, shout out to my homie Mikey of Magic City Mayhem. You can check him out on Facebook. He's got a great webpage where he posts some really wacky, weird photos of Disney World. Homie of mine, and if you go check out his page and you like his page, let him know that Admiral Duke and NWI sent you.
Absolutely. And with that, we are out of here. This will be this will be a good one. I like it. Hopefully,
yeah.
everybody will dig it. Share this with your friends, people, and share it with Albuquerque Comic Expo. Ace.
Yes, hit them up.
Absolutely.
We will be there, and you will love the backpacks. I promise. Everybody does.
Yes.
All right, we're out. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know when the hell you're listening to this.
Oh, yeah.
But we're out. Peace.
Adios, boys and girls.
Have a good one.